Are you recording this?
Yes, absolutely.
That is not legal unless I give you my permission in writing.
Yeah, actually, I am here working on the story. So
I think that's great what you guys do, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
I
it.
do.
Yeah, my channel's Inland Auditing Media. Inland Auditing Media, I.A.M free.
Okay, well, this is the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, it's a public office.
Okay, not for what you're doing, it's not.
Who's this guy and why is he recording us?
Inside the public spaces, he's open to filming.
And you're filming without her permission, then I'm asking you to leave.
Are you ordering me to leave?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're gonna leave.
And if I don't, I'll get arrested?
Yeah.
And where's the front office?
Sir, would you please leave?
I need the front, where's the front office at?
Would you please leave?
Well, I don't give you permission to record us.
Well, that's awkward because one doesn't need such a thing.
Yes, they do. I work for the prosecutor's office. It's a two-consent state. You may not.
When there's an expectation of privacy.
I have an expectation of privacy right this moment.
In public?
Should I go get the security officer and you can talk to him?
So Sergeant, right over there. This is settled at the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals.
Yes.
So judges, so you're saying a federal judge doesn't matter?
You've asked, I've answered.
You're getting way too big for your britches here. Yeah, ma'am, that's called a fantasy novel writing session. In no universe will you ever get my name. You understand? What's your name?
I'm not going to give you
Right. So you're going to persist in not identifying yourself as a public employee?
That is my preference.
No, stop.
Okay, no, then thank you. You've done your job. Thank
Oh.
you. And then I want somebody just to tell me
He's
that it's
allowed to be
okay for
here.
him.
Are you filming?
Yes.
So we don't allow filming in our office.
It's a public office.
Public space.
But he can't record people with children. He can't record them without their
Where does
permission.
it say that?
I was told that he can record us without the
Show me the RCW where it says that.
Gotcha. You want to call the marshals?
I mean, I don't want to. I can.
Probably better to do that.
No.
I'm going to talk as I want to. That's how it works.
Marshal, could you please get him out of here? You cannot record us, sir.
100% I
I
can.
need you to back up and wait then. Because I don't want to be recording.
Constitution-free zone. That's kind of weird. Is this the North Korean consulate? Ma'am, you need to stop, okay? You need to behave.
Let me go ahead and explain something to you. I have other people
No,
who do not have
you need to
permission
stop.
record.
Hey everyone, I am free. It is February 5th, 2025. I am in the city of Kent, here in King County in the Communist Empire of Washington State, heading on over to the Mailing Regional Justice Center, right over there with that dome. Heading over there to do a follow-up related to the 3 stories I've published. Well, 2 stories really, but an update on one of them. Back in March of 2023, I went to work on a story at the Mailing Regional Justice Center. I encountered a woman by the name of Wendy Ross. I did not know her name at the time.
Are you filming us?
I'm just recording anything I can see in public. There we go. Looks like that education to the prosecutor didn't work well. You touch that camera.
I'm just blocking it.
Touch the camera
I'm not touching it.
and find out what happens.
Well, I don't give you permission to record us.
Inside the public spaces, he's open to
I work for the prosecutor's office. It's a two-consent state.
The civics classes are open still in like GED land, so good job. Thank you.
I was going to say there's several places people can go to get privacy around here.
Shout out to Kenny for helping me get that name. Thank you, Kenny. Everyone, throw out a quick round of applause to Kenny. Thank you very much for that. She was the prosecutorial assistant victims advocate. She's a senior staff member for the King County Prosecutor's office, and that was where she basically doxed the phone number. I, of course, didn't allow that phone number to get out. You can see that here. I then went back almost a year later to file a complaint. I just didn't get around to it and decided I had to go and file that complaint. So I went back, and you can see these stories here with Marshal Gozelski. And if you've seen the update, that is from the internal affairs investigation, which was a complete sham and charade. So I am going there to make a complaint against Ms. Wendy Ross to regarding her behavior back in March of 2023, so almost 2 years ago.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
How you doing? Here's the tray, sir.
Oh, good. What's
Here's
that?
the tray. So you can put your camera and everything in the tray.
Okay.
Tray there, under the table.
I know, I'm just reading that.
Under the table.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm just reading that real quick.
No, this is over.
Sir,
Red umbrella.
I'm reading that. I'm reading that notice.
He's just reading the sign.
That's what I'm saying. I use the tray to empty everything.
That's fine, I'm just reading it.
Okay, that's good.
Calm down, man. What are you doing?
I'm just telling you what to do.
Do you have one too
don't
many
have to
energy
be-
drinks this morning? God, man. Chill out. You need to relax. Hey, Marshal Sand.
Yes, sir.
Is it San or Sand? I keep forgetting. Sand, all right. How you doing, man? It's been a bit.
I'm all right.
That's good. You got a good smile on your face. I always appreciated your interaction and what you did before, so thanks for standing up for
Yeah,
my
no
rights.
problem.
Appreciate
Are
that.
you recording this?
Yes, absolutely.
That is not legal unless I give you my permission in writing.
Yeah, actually, I am here working on the story. So
I think that's great what you guys do, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
I
it.
do.
Yeah, my channel's Inland Auditing Media. Inland Auditing Media, I.A.M free.
Okay, well, this is the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, it's a public office.
Okay, not for what you're doing, it's not. And you're filming without her permission, then I'm asking you to leave.
Are you ordering me to leave?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're gonna leave.
And if I don't, I'll get arrested?
Yeah.
And where's the front office?
Sir, would you please leave?
I need the front. Where's the front office at?
Would you please leave?
This is settled in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. So judges. So you're saying a federal judge doesn't matter?
You've asked, I've answered.
You're getting way too big for your britches here, Gozelski.
Just trying to do my job.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. You take care. All right, so you guys may remember Marshal Sand from before. I really think he's a good marshal. Was really impressed with his attitude and behavior before, so he's the one that ultimately made the choice on the spot. Granted, a little after the fact, but still made the choice on the spot to not go along with Marshal Gozelski. Hello. I need to file a public.
You're not open today.
I need to file a public records request. Ow. Just got to push, I think. How's it going, Corporal?
Not too bad. I was so.
Good.
You're not going to get any help today.
Why is that?
Superior Courts are all closed today, and all their assets.
Oh yeah, I don't have any court. I don't have any court.
Yeah, no,
business.
that's so the prosecutor's office falls under all that. So there's no one here to help out.
Their doors open. It's their hours. Say
Well,
they're
that's
open.
what I don't know how you actually. Because when I pushed, it didn't work.
Oh really?
So, yeah. See?
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, that's.
So I honestly I don't know.
Yeah, and it says their office hours are that. I mean, I came in and
Yeah.
like I said, there's nothing that says they're closed.
No, I know.
And this is the elected prosecutor, not
Yes.
courts, so it's
Yes,
just a different
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
I just need to submit a public records request and then I'm out. So.
No, I understand that, but like I said, unfortunately they're closed today. So tomorrow they should be open, weather dependent.
What is leading you to believe that they're closed?
Because they told us.
There's nothing online that says they're
There's-
closed.
Did you look on the Superior Court?
No, because the judicial branch is separate from
Yeah.
the executive branch.
No, I understand that.
I'm not trying to buy.
But
I'm not
no.
trying to be sarcastic or
No, I get that,
anything like that.
and I understand, and I don't know why or how, but when the prosecutors came through this morning and we were telling them Superior Court's closed, they said, "Oh, really?" Because
So
apparently,
downtown's closed too.
yeah, all Superior Court locations are closed. District Court's the only thing open today.
So the well, hold on. The prosecutors got to be open then because they do district stuff.
They're going to have a district court prosecutor in here for arraignments this afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm in a pickle here because obviously they didn't put anything online.
No, I
Their
understand.
door
that.
was open. Obviously, I don't have
I was
like.
gonna say, that's what I was curious how you got in, but
Yeah, I just
I'm sitting
push
here-
it. I mean, I promise I don't have any X-Man powers.
No, I understand that, and I believe you. And what probably happened is that it's probably starting to lock up for lunch now. The automatic timers are going for lunch.
Hi, I just need to file a public records request. Real quick. Just need to file one and I'm out. That's all I need.
The clerk's office is closed for filings today.
No, I mean,
all
for the prosecutor's office.
is actually closed as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, the door was open and the hours are there.
It's automatically has a timer that is unlocked.
Got it.
So you can definitely come back tomorrow. At
Well, I mean,
8:30.
I'm a little bit out of the area. If I could just submit it to you real quick, it's just an oral public records request.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the
I just need all of
person to
Wendy
submit it.
Ross's emails and text messages
So yes.
from March 23rd of 2023.
Yeah.
So I've submitted it, and I'd like that sent to.
I get it. but
Anonymous
I would
Citizen
suggest that you
WA
reach-
at
that you come back
protonmail.com.
on Monday.
Well, I've already
I mean, I'm
submitted
sorry,
it.
Tomorrow at 8:30.
I just submitted it to
Then they'll be
you.
there.
So what's your name?
So they will be here tomorrow.
Oh, I just submitted it to you orally.
You submitted it?
I just did right now.
And so you're saying you need some document or paperwork or something that you want to submit? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said I'm submitting an oral public records request. I just submitted it to you.
And it was, can you put that in writing?
No, I don't have to. 4414.
But actually, I don't remember what you said. Didn't clearly hear you. So
Well, I already
you want to
submitted it.
submit
Now,
in
if you'd like
writing,
some assistance,
and then I can assist you.
I'm happy to provide assistance right now
So
if you'd
why
like.
don't you go ahead and on Monday?
No,
or I'm
I
sorry,
already submitted it.
excuse me, tomorrow.
I already
at
submitted it.
8:30 a.m. will be open.
Now, if you want
can submit it at
clarification,
that
you got
time.
5
Thank
business
you.
days. All right. That's already submitted. How you doing, Corporal Wilbur?
Not too shabby, not too shabby. How
You
about
know,
yourself?
most people liked your interaction, as well as Soka Sands, Marshal Sands.
Yep.
As I'm sure you probably realized, nobody liked Marshal Gozelski, now retired Marshal
Now retired,
Gozelski.
correct,
Yeah.
yep.
That's right, everyone. Great news. The Black Guard of Tyrants. Former Marshal George Gozelski has hung up his tools of abuse and left law enforcement behind. This is great news. I can only imagine, from what I've heard through the grapevine, that the redressing of grievances by the public at large was nothing short of massive and probably led George Gozelski to realize that his services would never, ever be needed or wanted again. Former Marshal Gozelski, I hope the door hit your backside on the way out and launched you into the forgotten hinterlands of yesteryear, and that you just leave everyone alone for the rest of your life. Thanks, and your service was not appreciated.
Oh! Brutal, savage, wrecked.
So fresh, so new. Freedom! It's all for you. All for you. Freedom! Keep your ear to the ground. Talking about the freedom. It's the best show in town. Best show in town. Freedom! Well. Freedom! I'll give you freedom. Yes, it's right. Freedom! Start right now. Freedom! Get your freedom tonight. Freedom!
Come on, everybody. Young, old, all you lovers. This is our time to rise back from the sand and claim our freedom. Talking about freedom. Let yourself be free.
I'll give you freedom. Yes, it's right. Freedom. Start right now.
Talking about the freedom.
Get your freedom tonight.
of some serendipitous, I will say serendipitous, timing to his retirement and the internal affairs investigation, which I already reported on as well. Thank you for actually standing up for liberties, and I also thank Marshal Sokasan as well, because I don't know, a lot of people like to paint a broad brush over everyone and say they're all terrible. I actually think you did a good job. I know most subscribers to my media channel think you did a good job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just like to highlight that because you're not all bad, and that's my viewpoint on it.
And just one correction again, is it's not a corporal, this is...
that's right. I remember, it's almost 2 years ago you told me about it.
So it just outlines me as the lead marshal here. So I just handle the scheduling and training, tracking, and stuff like that.
Fair enough. Yeah, no problem there. So, well, I'm glad I finally got the name of Ms. Ross.
Yeah.
Wendy Ross.
I was thinking about that, and when you were in here the last time, I wasn't working that day, but I was like, I don't even know her name, or didn't know her name.
Yeah, it was ironically very difficult to come up with. I went downtown to file a public records request. Well, for something partially unrelated. And when I was up at Lisa Mannion's office at the courthouse downtown, she just was trying to say, like, those signs, for example, which I'm pretty sure you realize are not lawful signs. You can obviously go in there and record. It's just complete silliness. But regardless of Ms. Mannion's humorous endeavors to post signs that have no bearing or basis in law, she was trying to actually get me out of her office down there while I was trying to file a public records request. And the Marshal Service again came through and did a fantastic job. They're like, it's legal. Not that I'm trying to say you guys are like not smart people, but I think it's particularly humiliating for the prosecutor to be schooled by marshals that it's such common sense that you can record in there. Everyone knows this, but for some reason, Lisa Mannion is struggling with this powerfully complicated, and by that I mean sarcastically, simple thing to figure out, and yet somehow she's the only one in the whole gang that can't figure it out. Sergeant Cliff Hooper, right?
Yeah.
That's right. It's been a bit. How you doing, Sergeant Hooper?
Lovely. How are you?
Good, good. Hey, I had a question. Who would I talk to address an issue I have with the internal investigation that occurred with Marshal Gozelski? Retired Marshal.
Yeah, that would be downtown. The IIU division is
down there.
The Seattle courthouse.
Gotcha. And is there a point of contact that's the best to seek out?
No, just go on the website and use the general number, because they change over people constantly. So if I gave you a name, next week you'd be someone different.
Wow. That just because nobody likes working in that?
No, they rotate people through, and it's just a way to give them experience, and then they move them on to other jobs.
So that way someone's not in the job that everyone hates them for being in for too long?
Yep. By the time you figured out there's somebody in there that frustrated you, they've moved on to other things, and you forget about it. So.
But the memories are longer than that, aren't they?
Sometimes. Most of the time, it's a no big deal. So.
All right. Well, look, I know we had a disagreement potentially about things, but I wanted to remind, I appreciate very much your point that you made in my discussion with you last January 18th, where you had correctly stated that sometimes the prosecutors get ahead of themselves.
George was led down a road by a prosecutor thinking that they knew what they were talking about.
Oh.
And so he just reacted in a way that he felt was reasonable to what he was being asked to do.
You know what? I appreciate you letting me know that, because actually that matters a lot, right? I mean, if he's been led down that road
in the
by
state of Washington, police don't, charge people. Prosecutors do.
Correct.
We take people to the court by taking them into custody or whatever we have to do. But we don't charge people. So when a prosecutor tells us this is happening, this is what the rules are, this is what the laws are, and we don't have the practical experience, because he's from a different state and transferred here from Alaska.
Okay.
And so maybe the rules were, whatever they were in Alaska.
Up there.
When you come here, you're supposed to know the Washington laws, but also you listen to the prosecutor. When someone in the prosecutor's office tells you this is what's happening and this is the law, and I want you to do this thing, officer, sometimes we tend to listen more than we should.
And you guys are not the lackey minions, in effect, of the prosecutor.
To be fair to that whole process, that was happening everywhere, and people have learned. because of your videos. I'm not saying that I agree with everything that happens, but the learning point of what's happening with your videos is definitely a positive.
All right, everyone. Is this not great or what? Sergeant Cliff Hooper clearly loves the First Amendment, the United States Constitution, and is a straight up, honest guy that I feel is trying to do the right thing. Let's be straight here. How often do we hear a sheriff's deputy calling out the elected prosecutor for the clear malarkey that she is shoveling and making things up every single day she's at work? How often do we hear the straight answer from the government side that the First Amendment is the law of the land, that it is everywhere, and that it will be enforced correctly? This is very rare. I think this is one of those moments, just like with Michael and Carlos from the Federal Protective Services at my FAA story and a story in Portland, Oregon, that you should all consider sending a thanks to this sergeant. This is one of those police officers that is willing to call out the erroneous bull of an awful prosecuting attorney that doesn't care about the United States Constitution, is nothing more than a commie. Well done, Sergeant Hooper.
Good. Because many different agencies, many different locations have learned, what the First Amendment is and how we operate here in Washington. The problem with my marshals, like I expressed, they come here from other places. And so the First Amendment is the same everywhere.
Right.
But every state does things differently. They handle themselves differently. And so when I get my employees that come here from other states, we had the opportunity, because of your interactions, to give them training specifically for Washington.
Good.
And now everybody's on the same page. So
Yeah,
whether you agree with what you're doing or not, there was a positive, benefit.
That's
as
great.
Far as
I'm glad to hear that.
Everyone of my folks, I can only speak for my folks, but I was
Sure.
involved with many other departments learning the ins and outs, and they now, understand, what the freedoms are, because of course any of us appreciate the Constitution, and we want to do everything we can to make sure that that's
One would hope.
I don't have to always agree with everything, but I'm
Sure.
going to support it.
Hey, fair enough. No, I think a lot of people also took note, and it was just like I was telling Lead Marshal Wilbur upstairs, I like to highlight the good as well as the bad, whatever it is, because I'm just reporting on whatever is happening. And in this case, a lot of people were very favorable to what I think amounts to extraordinary common sense when you made your comment, effectively stating something to the effect of, hey, sometimes the prosecutor gets ahead of themselves, and we're not their minions, right?
Right. You listen to the prosecutor. When someone in the prosecutor's office tells you this is what's happening and this is the law, and I want you to do this thing, officer, sometimes we tend to listen more than we should.
You're a separate department. You work for an elected official. She's an elected official. She doesn't get to boss you guys around. Yeah. That's not how that works. And I think people really enjoyed seeing that clearly stated independence. Yeah. Like, hey, we're doing our thing. The sheriff is our boss, not Lisa. So a lot of people really looked upon that favorably. So I really appreciated that.
Well, and the other positive thing is I actually got phone calls from people that are your viewers that wanted to tell me, how much they appreciated, my understanding of the First Amendment. So it was kind of funny that I actually had a good conversation with a couple of them. I was like, you took the time out of your day to give me a call to express, your feelings about how we did our job, and just know it's usually 9 to 1, right? 9 calls are negative.
Sure.
And this one is a positive, and so I actually got 2 or 3 that I answered. There's probably more. Where there was a positive interaction and they were appreciative. So it was pretty cool.
Well, I tell people all the time in my stories, there's many great government employees, police officers, whatever, that I've run across. And I always like to focus on that and make it clear that those people should be acknowledged for doing the right thing. Because if you just paint a broad brush over everybody and say everybody's bad or evil or whatever, then what you're saying is there is no hope. There's nothing you can do to remedy the situation. Obviously, this is not your lane, so if you don't want to do anything about it, it's just a request.
Yeah.
But out of an interest of, I do not like to see people get in trouble unless they really deserve it. But the lady upstairs in the prosecutor's office, black lady, she refused to identify. I gave her an oral public records request, which of course is very lawful in accordance with administrative codes. She's not taking it seriously. If you want to be maybe a helpful coworker and let her know, it's 5 business days for her to respond to that. I'm not going to publish this story for 10 with intent. So if she wants to violate the Public Records Act, that's up to her. But, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are getting well trained on the Records Act these days. So I don't know.
I will do a courtesy and let
Appreciate that.
whoever that person's supervisor is know that there could be something they need to take care of, and hopefully they'll do the right thing.
Cool. Well, hey, Sergeant Hooper, hope you have a good day. You take care.
You too.
All right. Never mind. I can't get out that way.
You can go this way. You can go out.
Oh, okay.
You just can't come back in.
Fair enough. You take care. All right. Well, that was Sergeant Clifford Hooper. He was the sergeant you saw here. Now, obviously, up at the prosecutor's office, you can see that Lisa Mannion, once again, is just doing silliness. She's making up things. There's nothing to be enforced. As you saw with Lead Marshal Wilbur, he came up there. Ironically, I guess the door may have been locked, but maybe just didn't close all the way. But there was nothing saying they're closed. The hour said 8:30 to 4:30. Now, I just want to point out also, by the way, everyone, especially for those of you who live in cold weather environments, yes, it is absolutely absurd. This is the weather that shut down the Superior Courts for King County here in Washington State. That little bit of snow that's left that hasn't melted, there was a dusting of about a ½ an inch this morning all throughout, the Seattle-Tacoma Metroplex, and that is what has led to all of Superior Court being shut down. It's completely ludicrous. So, that being said, I think this is a good interaction, at least with Sergeant Hooper. We know that, as was just confirmed, that Marshal Gozelski has retired. Ironically, right around the same time, I'd say serendipitously, around the same time that that internal affairs report was concluded. So George Gozelski, bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Don't want to thank you for any of your time there, because you were a tyrant and it was clearly time for you to go. However, there are other good employees there. Marshal Wilbur, Marshal Sand, Sergeant Hooper. I really like the interaction and what Sergeant Hooper had to say. So this is good. That's really it here for today. Obviously, I'm gonna wait 10 days to see if that, or right around 10 days, I should say, to see if that records request is gonna be honored. So that's it here, reporting for today at the Mailing Regional Justice Center here in Kent, King County, in the Communist Empire of Washington State. If you like my journalism and want to support it, I'd kindly ask you to like, share, and subscribe while ensuring that you hit the all notifications bell so you get my stories right when they release. You can follow me on X at I.A.M. Auditing, on Facebook at Inlet Auditing Media, and if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you know what to do. You can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys at the next location. Take care for now. Bye-bye.